Cool. Recording is on. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first day of the OpenStack Manila PTG. So, as usual, we start with our Flamingo Cycle retrospective. I see some new names in the room, so I'll introduce myself, and then I don't know if you'd like to introduce yourselves in the chat, or if you'd like to speak up, it's fine as well. But yeah, I'm Carlos. I'm the OpenStack Manila PTL. I have been on the PTL, exercising the PTL role for quite some cycles at this point, and I'm really happy to be the PTL for Manila. So yeah, we have basically 1 hour. Maybe we should do introductions through the chat, and then we can talk there. Just like share names and um, yeah. So without further ado, we usually start with the retrospective, and I have here the retrospective Etherpad. I'm sharing that in the chat as well, so that you also have the link to it. And there are there are some parts to this retrospective. There's something that before we start the retrospective, I would like to do first, and I'm planning to take like 5 to 10 minutes to do that. So sorry to be hijacking some time of the retrospective, but I think this is a good for a good reason. So this is kind of a slideshow with some data that I made um, after I compiled the OpenStack user survey and Manila stuff. And I think this is important before we do the retrospective, because we can also discuss some action items that can come out of these data that we've collected. So this survey was taken by a lot of deployers, and then this is the user and the deployment survey. I've cleaned a lot of the data on the spreadsheet and calculated only like the deployments, counted only the deployments that mention that they have interest in Manila, or they have some feedback to share, or they have Manila deployed. And yeah, here's our takeaways, key takeaways, and some stats regarding where we are in 2025, some things that we can do to improve, and how like operators and people are using Manila. So yeah, deployments. Uh, it's pretty much production. 89% of the responses out of meaning 65 out of 73 reported using Manila in production and being fully operational. Um, we are pretty much focused on, or the majority of the deployments is focused on on-premise, and on-premise private clouds, and also some public clouds. And there's been some considering all of the like the year of the deployment that people reported. Um, 2023 and 2024 are pretty much were great years, and then we saw like a great increase of deployments that started using Manila, which is awesome. So yeah, 31 new deployments using Manila. New people reported to be using Manila, which is pretty cool. We can see like this trend in numbers, and more people starting to use. And there are other features that I think will be helpful, and that it's also something that's noted here. But only like 8 responses mentioned that they are standalone, or some also mentioned that they are um, testing Manila. So good numbers. I didn't compare much to the previous response that we had, but it's some good takeaways. And also, like 89% of the responses are using Manila in production. It's a pretty nice number. So the next thing, driver usage. From the people that took the survey, CFFS and NFS, they're both self-drivers. It's pretty much the preferred choice for people that responded the answer, the survey. So on the answers, we could notice that NetApp and Pure Storage also are pretty much in a good shape. And also other drivers, where we have like CFS on Linux container and other first-party drivers, which is encouraging to see that people are using these drivers as well. As for NetApp and Pure Storage, maybe like I'm not sure if I'm sure actually that there are more people deploying these drivers, and then if you got more responses, we would see some other numbers. But this response was focused, like on it was shared in the mailing list. It was shared to the deployers, shared to customers that are deploying, or people that are actively working on these deployments. So from the answers that we got, most are using CFFS and NFS, or CFFS NFS, and yeah, a couple of other drivers being mentioned there as well. It's Here is my call. Like, it's really important for us to advertise this survey so that we make the deployments count, and we also can get like some pretty accurate numbers on what's the, I don't know, driver usage, what people would like to see in the future for Manila. And the next step is protocol usage, mostly CFFS and NFS, like half half. And a bit of the users reported to be using CIFS as well. And lots of improvement requests. This is kind of a static question, and then you can select which improvements you would like more. And then almost 30 responses mentioned that they would like active high availability for the Manila Share Manager service. We have some operators that mentioned that this is in use for their clouds, but there are still like some tweaks that we thought about in the past. Unified limits for quota control was the second most asked improvement. A generic share server approach for all backends with fault tolerance and scalability. This is also like a common topic. And then this is tied up with OpenStack SDK and OpenStack CLI integration, and also better integration with the OpenStack Compute Service. And this part is kind of gonna be a bit outdated soon, because in the 2024.1 cycle, or epoxy, we are, sorry, I'm messing up names. It was 2025.1 epoxy. We added support for VitaOFS. So maybe in the upcoming surveys, we will ask to remove this part and also start getting some feedback on VirtualFS. And also we need to start advertising the VirtualFS feature so that people can start consuming it, and we can add even more deployments to the list of deployments, or list of people that are deploying Manila. So some other important takeaways and some feedback. So people pretty much focus on like some for the CFS and FS, some difficulties with configuration and stability. So this was something that was mentioned in a couple of responses, and especially like the configuration and also the documentation or lack of documentation, especially with here is also mentioned with Cola Ansible and not OpenStack Ansible, and also yeah, other parts of OpenStack. So maybe there is something or for that we should take a look at, or some place that we should help enhancing the documentation so that we can close this gap. And yeah, most of the responses, I was surprised to see that there was like 10 deployments saying that they don't deploy Manila even though they're interested, but it's because of a lack of resource and skill gaps. So yeah, it's something that is maybe documentation helps making it easy, but it's tough when you don't have the investment. But this was like a big theme as well. And yeah, some integration gaps, more support for Samba, more support for a couple of other things. Impressions, I think maybe due to NetApp's participation, some impressions that NetApp was the only vendor available, which is not true. There are lots of other vendors, and then NetApp is just like active, very active in the community. So that this might send a message that NetApp is the only vendor available. And yeah, it was mentioned. And couple of concerns with mounts related to the mount security, and then suggesting that VirtualFS would help fixing this issue. And yeah, we already have VirtualFS available. There are some features. We will discuss more that feature on Wednesday at 17 UTC in the Nova Room. Talk about the feature of VirtualFS and what we can do, what we are planning to do next. Um, But yeah, I think this sums up the takeaways and all the data that was there in the survey. So yeah, I'm glad to be sharing this with you, and also to see like the amount of deployments, people responding to the survey and all that. This slide is available for everyone if you'd like to check. I've linked it here in the retrospective. Yeah, I took 10 minutes back from the retrospective, so my bad. Now I think I'll ask if you have any questions, or if not, we can continue with the regular retrospective.
No questions. It's actually pretty cool. I've not looked through the responses yet, but did the responses combine the previous two surveys by any chance, or did they have the 2024 one? Because we didn't get the 2024 one, if I recall
Yeah, that's a good
separately.
question. I don't remember from the email if they mentioned if it was combined or not. The
Mm.
email that I got, it mentioned, like the 2025 survey. So I need to double check that, and I can add some details more. But yeah, I
No,
don't
you're
remember
good.
that.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, exactly. I just wanted to see if we wanted to, compare. And it's been a couple of years since the last time we looked at it. That's about it.
Yes,
All good. Yeah, this is pretty good feedback, and thanks for compiling it.
no problem. Happy to do that,
Yeah,
and it was nice looking at the feedback and also the numbers. Hope to see
yeah.
like continue to see this trend continuing. Like usage growing, more deployments and such.
On the improvement stuff, like or the comments, the general comments that you got, I think I don't know if we wanted to take any AIs from there. For one, I mean, like if we lack the awareness on how to operate this, I think from the get-go, I guess somewhere in our documentation it is mentioned that this is forked off of Cinder. And so the skill set to operate it would be very similar. At least you start with the same assumptions that I'm able to operate Cinder in an OpenStack environment. I know how to do this with vanilla microservices. They're more or less very similar. Um, but I don't know if that's a widespread belief or just um, it's not very obvious kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's from the responses or the feedback. It seems like sometimes it's not pretty obvious, especially for people that are mentioning, "Oh, I don't have enough time or skills,"
Mhm.
because it's as I said, like it's pretty much supposed to be similar to Cinder. So if you have some Cinder knowledge, then you should have some um, muscular memory in a lot of aspects in Manila. Um, but yeah, it's something that I don't know. Maybe I I'm trying to think of like documentation or something that we can do to help that kind of message go out.
But your analysis of this is worth sharing to the mailing list as well, because I think if somebody else, I mean, maybe not as a slideshow, but just like the main points of it. Um, and if somebody has feedback, we could gather it there, especially around I thought that it was only NetApp that was supported. Well, it isn't. So it probably is some sorry, is something to raise awareness with the other vendors that probably have integrations to, I don't know, better document their products or um, fix up their CI or come participate in the community in some way.
Yep, sounds like a great idea. I can write the email, compile the data into an email, and then share it in the mailing list. And then I think we can get, try to get some feedback there as well.
Cinder, I have seen that we have that supportability matrix for each vendor and what are the different features they are supporting. So Manila means supportability matrix, right? Which the different feature and which the different vendor supporting those. So I think I can share that Cinder PDF with you.
Yep. I
I think yeah, Cinders is quite fancy. I think they made some changes to it to
Mm,
make it look more consumable. But we should have a similar
right, right,
matrix, just a table, suggesting what optional
right.
features are implemented by these drivers.
Okay.
It's this one. I can just drop it in chat here.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, the money line. This is the Cinder PDF. Let me see.
Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty cool thing, and I think at some point they stopped tracking what release things were added in, which yeah, maybe may have been a good thing to do because we've wrapped around our numbers, sorry, our alphabet. So we could
yeah,
probably just start adding some notes or something to suggest that something is brand new and it can't be expected in an older release as opposed to, um, you know, and these, I mean, the document itself is versioned according to releases. So I think we could, you know, stop doing the release naming.
yeah. That's a good idea.
That seems like a easy fix for somebody that wants to do a doc update.
Yeah, I can do that. Cool. Right. Thanks for the feedback. Anything else you'd like to share around this the survey and documentation? What we can do to address the takeaways from the survey?
I mean, we have to update the questions. So maybe we
Oh,
should. I mean, I don't know if we put down what questions we added ourselves, uh, but we could tweak those and probably throw in any new ones. So if folks have suggestions for things that we need to do, we could do that. And for instance, the driver usage thing has one response for Windows, right? So we know that driver is deprecated.
yeah,
So it's a way to actually let people know that those deprecations are happening.
sure.
Yeah, and I hope the people that take this are operators, right? And they might know that we track um, bugs and features on Launchpad, and so they can actually file issues like when they're talking about integration gaps, like I wasn't able to mount something on ESXi. Um, I don't know why that would be, but if there is if they could file a report that would make things easier for them to communicate things to us, um, because we are only going to look at this user survey result in terms of a broader picture, not specific issues like that. Um, but yeah, when you send the email to the mailing list, we can point that out.
Yep. That's something nice to call out. Honestly.
Yeah, awesome. The trend looks good though. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Was pretty nice to put this together. Um, so yeah, it's good numbers, something encouraging for us. So yeah, nice work, everyone. I think this deployments and people trusting this ability of Manila and using more and more is also due to a lot of additions that we have been making and making it Manila more and more usable every day. So great job, everyone. Yeah, I'll stop talking about the survey now, and then we can get back to the regular retrospective. Um, should we? I think we should take like I don't know, 5 minutes to share some thoughts on things that went well and things that need some improvement, and then we can get back to discuss them in 5 minutes. How does that sound? Cool. Um, let's start typing then on things that went well, things that didn't go well, and then we can discuss those in 5 minutes time.
Sorry, Carlos, just very quickly, do you want this in the Etherpad or you want this in just in the comments on Meetpad?
Yeah, we
You have
can
one.
do the retrospective Etherpad, and then I would say please
Okay, okay,
add things there. Sorry, I should have linked it again.
cool. Thanks.
Thank you. Right. So 5 minutes, six actually. We can start the discussions then on what went well and what we can do to improve. So a couple of topics on starting with what went well. So I think Vida added a couple of items here. Would like to talk about the bug management and quality, and also the bug squashes and the bug analysis, Vida.
Sure. Thanks, Carlos. Hi, everybody. So I just wanted to mention that overall trend has been positive. I am the bug czar for Manila project, and as a result, for every cycle, I do a full analysis of how we started, and in terms of the statistics for our projects, and also at the end of the cycle, I do a comparative. So the overall results, we are like a slow downtrend for the projects. The stats that I'm going to share with you are mostly around Manila project, which is traditionally and currently are the most active project. So what we did to do bug management and um, basically the backlog. As you guys know, we have a cycle every week for bug analysis and triage. And in addition, for this cycle, we had two bug squashes. Both of those were focused around reviews with the idea to increase code merge and basically close the bugs and improve our uh, bug closure rates. So those were basically successful. Overall, I see a trend that we decreased our bug review and open bugs by about 10% this cycle. There's always room to improve. And big part of that is contribution to reviewers and helping to close um, and merge the code, which it's like briefly mentioned in the other section. As far as the some of the things that actually went really well for us, in addition to the bug squashes, we did have a hackathon, which that really helped with contributions to the OSC. Yeah, um, increasing testing and implementing commands. And if anybody wants to get some more details on that, there's Etherpads that are available. Um, Also, we intended to have some collab reviews to help people with increasing the reviews in this cycle. We had Kiran that had the share encryption collab review, and that was very helpful. Some really good chats on hashing out the implementation details and following up on that feature. I wanted to mention that here, worth mentioning. And last but not least, I really appreciated the mid-cycle checks. That kind of helped put things in perspective, and that was the last thing I wanted to mention. Any questions on this part?
No, thank you for sharing this. That's yeah, it's on the bug trends. It's something that we have been seeing cycle after cycle, right? It's we have more bugs being open than we are able to close, which from one side, like it shows us that we have active people using the service, people reporting issues, people like helping us to improve Manila. But yeah, it's also something, like it's tricky when we are not able to close a bunch of those issues. Um, do we? Maybe I should pull up some numbers as well. But uh, I was wondering how many of those fixes are the bugs that we have open. We have proposed change on Gerrit. That's something that I can look up, but maybe I have a feeling that it's going to be a high number, and maybe we are like losing the timing on the interactions on the reviews, and the reviews for those changes are being slow, and maybe we could those issues they could have been addressed, or they can be merged faster. But at some point, like we start getting distracted with other changes and other changes, and then we do not end up closing the change when it is proposed. So I think that can be a factor here as well. And it also adds up to some of the things that also need improvement, which is a bit on the review side and the reviewer attention. We'll talk about that in a bit, but that's something, like it always, when we look at those trends, there's something that always gets me, which is the amount of bugs that we have open at the moment. And it's been tough to keep up with closing, like at least as many bugs as we open every single cycle.
Sure. Um, well said, Carlos. I did link the Launchpad there if you want to share the current numbers. And we do have a backlog of this time. There's 42 in progress bugs, which are pending review and closure, and 134 overall open bugs. So that's our current numbers.
Okay, thank you.
I share that in the chat. I'll add it to the Etherpad as well. Let's see here.
Oh, it doesn't show the stats already in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
do,
that's right.
Yep. Okay. So I
It already
pasted
shows.
that in the. There you go.
I
Thanks for
forgot
sharing that
to-
information.
okay.
So yeah, so but just want to update from our side also. So we have planned some bug tracing in this release, and we will set the priority 0, 1, 2, and whatever the priority 0 bug we will find actually. So we're planning to fix those one in this release. So those are only specific to net app. So just want to give the update. So we will in the means going forward actually we are also focusing on the what are the bug is there and why they are lying there. So yeah, just a small update.
Yeah, thanks for the update, Girish. It's nice that you guys are looking into this and prioritizing the bugs. Yeah, those that is really helpful to help closing some of the bugs. Like there sometimes we get some bugs stuck, so that's what I'm trying to say. So thank you for prioritizing and like planning in advance on this release to work on those bugs. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the bug analysis, and I think there there are some ways for us to reduce that, and then that would evolve a lot on the reviewer side. Um, Possibly there are also like different situations for each one of these, but like the reviewer side is something that we can take a look at. And yeah, I think that was there were my those were my thoughts on the bug analysis and the trends. As for Flamingo Hackathon, yeah, it was nice to have this, and we also have some other students from Valencia still working on some functional tests. Their changes are yet to be reviewed too, so we should yeah, we need to spend some time on those. And yeah, the collab reviews, uh, in they have been really useful, honestly. um, yeah, it's it's something that we kind of started doing, and I think it's becoming more and more natural for us in the every single release cycle. So I'm glad, and I hope this is helpful for everyone. Yep. So, Sai.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey.
Hi, hi. So I'm not sure if I've missed to, update this, but the support has been great. I just wanted to explicitly mention this from you and Gautam for NetApp and I think everyone. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing this up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice, and I think the share encryption feature was something that had a lot of collaboration from a lot of people, and then I'm really glad that we managed to merge that in the
thank you.
Flamingo cycle. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
any more thoughts on bugs, hackathon, collab reviews? I see Gautam's typing some stuff. Would you like to share some thoughts, Gautam? I see you are on mute. You unmuted, Gautam, but I can't hear you. Vida?
Yeah, so I'm just reading Gotham's notes here. First, I wanted to mention with respect to the collab reviews, it's really helpful most for complex features that require some back and forth, discussions between folks. So having that collab review, everybody in the room helps helps hash out details and hopefully put it to closure faster. Um, and with respect to the high importance bug, we do. Uh, Gotham, Can you talk now? Because I was going to respond to
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
uh, our basically focus is to review the bugs and close the bugs in terms of their severity priority. The high important bug that's on the list is kind of unusual. We've visited that several times, and Carlos can give us the detail on it. There's some dependencies there. But in terms of setting priority and severity on a weekly basis, when we review, that's like the normal part of the bug triage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just wanted to
No,
mention
that's
that to the
that's been
people.
totally useful, right? Like without that, this number is gonna be is just gonna keep growing, and we wouldn't know why.
Right.
So I like the aspect that we treat that as a very important part of the meeting, to make sure that we triage the bugs as they come every week. So thanks for doing that. My thought around the medium and low is if they're stagnating for a while, then they're obviously wish list, I think. Or they're such corner cases that we're probably not, like, we're not bubbling up their severity. I mean, the fact that they've probably lingered for a couple of releases, maybe even years, would just suggest that, okay, this is not something we want to prioritize, and we would let's end up closing it. That should be our thought, I guess. And so I think we could have a goal around this, and just because I think we started putting some emphasis on incomplete issues, and we let them auto expire, and that did help us in the past. So our next thought would be low and medium issues, and if those stay for more than an x amount of time, we could let them expire too.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good. We've tried to be aggressive about this, what we call the stale bugs, right? And we haven't been as aggressive in the past, but we could take this on as an, uh, more regular approach. Um, yeah, that would definitely help.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so then we need to take a look at that when we are triaging bugs, and also like um, have this expiry thing and then set a date for the low and medium bugs. That sounds like a good plan. We yeah, I was thinking maybe also not being so conservative in some of these bugs and setting like low or medium, and then uh, but I don't think that like the high, medium, low doesn't change. Like it's still something that we need to assess, and then we need to be precise on exactly the impact of the bug. But yeah, it's I agree with the strategy of adding some more bugs to or having some bugs expiring.
Uh, I don't want to go. I don't think we want to go into details of how, but this is kind of a new strategy. So maybe we can devote some time to it at the weekly call.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's do that.
yeah,
And we could, make a proposal, I guess, during one of the weekly meetings, and follow up from there.
great. Yeah. Just the reason I suggested this is so we don't wait for a bug squash to bring this up. If it's something we'd like to start implementing, start now. So great.
Awesome. Yeah, I took a note. I can add this to both of us.
Um, just a suggestion, Carlos, if you wanted to kind of share the high importance bug right now. That's I know we've visited it several times in the IRC calls, just for closure since Gotham brought it up.
Oh yeah.
Is there something you'd
So
like to share here? Great,
yeah,
thanks.
no, it's this one is released already, the fix. So we managed to close that. The fix was actually on Python Manila client. The API in Manila didn't have anything wrong with it. So at the end, it was an issue in Python Manila client, and with the like the way that we're doing the routing and reaching the API. So it was a simple fix, and then yeah, I proposed the fix and already backported to the releases that we have in shares available. So we should be good with this issue. But yeah, that was the only high importance bug that was on the list. Yes. Awesome. So yeah, I think we covered most of these the things that went well. We also have internships and some comments from Gotham and Zach. Gotham, Zach, would you like to share your thoughts on this?
Uh, Actually, yeah, no, I don't know if we have a running list somewhere, but I think we had a lot of interns over this cycle,
Yeah.
as we did for the past cycles as well. So I'm very glad that this kind of mentorship happens in this community, and that we get to meet new people, and teach them how to do open source contributions, and actually get a lot of stuff from them as well, in terms of learning, in terms of contributions themselves. We are addressing tech debt. We're addressing new use cases through these. Um, and it also gives us, I think, the only chance that I know of that helps fix documentation a lot. A lot of doc fixes happen because of these internships, because new contributors tend to find some of these issues that we have lurking in the docs that we don't often revisit ourselves. Um, so it's been good and all around with that. So yeah, I just wanted to note that. That's it.
Yeah, for me as well, Carlos. I got the impression just from reading the mailing list and turning up to the weekly meetings that it seemed like there were a few new people every now and again, which clearly is a net positive, right? Reinforcing what Gotham said. Um, New people coming onto the project is always good. For the second point that I've written, it's more just to say thank you. as far as I'm concerned, with some of the other projects that we've worked with, sometimes it can take a long time to bring people to side on issues that, at least for us at CERN, that we've encountered. That's never been the case with Manila. It's very often that we bring something to you guys and you take it into due consideration and really think about whether it's something good that could be contributed. So I just wanted to say thanks for that as well.
Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. And yeah, it's we look at this as something really valuable. So yeah, the feedback that you guys share, it's really awesome, and it's as Gautam just said in the chat, this is really encouraging. So thanks for bringing this up, and also for helping us make Manila better, both with reporting issues and also contributing with code, participating in the meetings and the community itself. So yeah, we are lucky to have all of those interactions. We are lucky to have you working with us. So thanks for the feedback. All right, I think that and on internships, I yeah, just wanna echo what Gautam said. We had lots of interns working with us, and it's pretty cool. And we are getting, like documentation fixes, some more testing, also schemas, open APIs, and JSON validation schemas. So a lot of that comes from interns, and also some enhancements to Manila UI. So a lot come from the interns and internships that we do. So it's really nice, and we had like a good number of interns this cycle, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, next up, sorry, wrapping up things that went well. Is there something else you guys would like to add to things that went well in the previous cycle?
Just a question about the internships, Carlos. Are you guys opening up? I know it seems like the same folks usually host the internship training and workshops and the workload. Um, is this something you'd like to open to the community, or has it been open to the community that folks can maybe contribute to that effort?
Yeah, absolutely. I so this is something that and it's sorry, it's a good question in the very first place. So I think everyone or anyone that would like to get involved can get involved. Um, we usually get those emails because we are kind of like known mentors from previous internships. But if anyone or if you any contributor would like to participate on the mentoring, on the workshops, all of that, you are more than welcome to join. Like we kind of know the path just because we've been doing this for quite some time. But we can get um, any contributor involved. Like if you have the time, if you'd like to get involved with mentoring and like trying to get us with to do things in the community with the internships, and also getting more people involved in Manila, um, just like reach out to us. It doesn't have to be Red Hat. It doesn't have to be like NetApp. Anyone can participate actually. So this is something open to the community. We, as I said, we usually do it because we became the I don't know, some non-context for doing it in the past. So yeah, that's basically why most of us are involved. But if any of you would like to get involved in this mentoring, please let us know, and then we will be happy to um, talk to you. We can explain also what's the time commitment, what we usually do in these internships, what we do in these workshops, and all that. So we can get you up on board as well. And yeah, it's awesome to have more people mentoring actually. So yeah.
Perfect. So it's an open invitation, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carlos.
Thanks, Yuda. All right. So I think run a bit late with this meeting, but yeah, we have a list of things that need improvement to cover. So yeah, I see some things being added. Gautam, would you like to share some thoughts on this? Especially, like limited core review attention, review focus at
Yeah,
time.
yeah. The first one, yes. So we've we probably need more core reviewers. I mean, we are certainly short of, I don't know, at least three or four of them at the moment across the board. Just to see, the amount of work that's getting passed on between the few that do the plus twos and so on. We've always had this opinion here that a plus one, a minus one from anyone else is also completely valid and treated as such. But we still have this policy where in any major patch we still have two plus twos that are needed to get it merged. Um, so I feel like I think a couple of cycles ago we added a couple of core reviewers. I think we just need to make room, add some more, and I don't know if folks are interested over here and would like to volunteer to do that. Um, uh, they're most welcome. We also have done stuff in the past where we've mentored folks to becoming co-reviewers. You can, I'll be happy to volunteer to mentor somebody to be a co-reviewer. And typically, what that means is just I just observe the kind of reviews you do and ask for some for some things to be noted, etc. And within a cycle, we could actually apply to be core. And this is extremely important for us because having core reviewers would mean that we're spreading out the reviews and not causing any burnout at the end of the cycle, which didn't happen a lot this cycle, which was nice. I think we had a good amount of attention on the patches that we needed, um, but has happened in the past. And reviewer burnout sucks. You end up having merging less code or even merging code that should not be merged, um, because we just don't really have the time and the energy to look through it properly.
Yeah, I agree. I need to take a look at the core reviewer list again and maybe like ask some other folks. We had some people in the core. We still have some people in the core reviewer list that are contributing, or we if we ask them for some reviews, they do, but they're not being able to spend as much time as they did in the past in the reviews. So yeah, that's something we definitely need more. Like we need more help with reviews. And I would like to add to the core reviewer attention, not only on the reviews, but I would say there is also an aspect of sometimes, like ourselves doing these reviews more proactively. As in, I feel like sometimes the reviewers wait on a ping to or like a ping on Slack or some not sorry Slack. Corporate life is too much on my mind. A ping on RC and like maybe some mentions through emails that Garrett will send you to get to the reviews. Maybe we should rework the way that we use the review focus etherpad, which is I think is the next topic, and actually use it, like in a more proactive way of looking at the changes more frequently throughout the week. Like maybe each one of us as in reviewers set up some like some time in our days just to like go do some reviews on things that are on the etherpad. I think this can help the changes moving faster. Also, like it's not only those that time in the day that we would be doing the reviews, of course, but we can also go and look at things throughout the day. Like we see someone push the change, and then we go check the updates. We go check if like the CI output stuff like that. But I sometimes feel like uh, we or I not like as a community are sometimes waiting on the pings to get like to go review the changes. I know time is limited for everyone, but I think it would help the changes moving faster if we had this more proactive approach on the reviews. How to fix that? It's a difficult thing, and maybe it goes like into every single one of us. Like as I said, set up like some 30 minutes of our days or 20 minutes of our days just to go through at least one or two changes, and then you keep up with those reviews and look at the etherpad, look at things that are needing attention at the moment. But I think that can be helpful. Yes. Any other thoughts on limited core reviewer attention? And sorry, just wanted to echo Gotham's thoughts on mentoring folks if they would like to be a part of the core team. I'm also open to that. So if you are interested, we can help you to get to the core team, and that will help everyone basically, because it's more people sharing the responsibilities of looking at the changes, and meaning more reviews, changes merging faster and such.
Awesome. No other thoughts because we're also out of time. But just wanted to take the next one. Is it possible to, like, I don't know if we have some time tomorrow or so to discuss the other things like the review focus stuff? Because I think there was something that came out of the contributor maintainer surveys that we could take advantage of.
Yes, I think so. So tomorrow, or maybe I don't know, uh, Wednesday, we also have some parking lot time. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that would be
maybe we
perfect.
continue in the parking lot time. How does that sound?
Works for me.
Awesome. Yeah. So running a bit late. I would say please don't go yet. We need to take a team picture. But before that, the team picture. Is there something that you would like to add during this meeting? Otherwise, we'll continue the discussion on Wednesday in the parking lot time. Right. Taking silence as no. I'm stopping the recording.